Hello there everyone, it's Austin with another Minecraft tutorial. We're going to be building this epic base you see right behind me. It's made to be great for survival because everything you need is going to be within these four walls. I made the base stand out with its strong contrast and colors, making sure nobody in your world can miss it. Anyways, let's get this build started and do it block by block. So you may be wondering what all these blocks are. This is going to be the block palette for the build. So the stuff on the left up closer to me right now. So the cut sandstone with the stairs and slabs, black concrete, all this stuff. This is going to be what's used on the fence around the area. The wall that we've built up to keep all the mobs outside for the survival base. And then over here on the right, this is going to be a lot of the stuff we use on the inside. There's going to be a little bit of overlap with these blocks, but these over here are exclusively used on the interior of the walls. We've got obsidian, crying obsidian. We've got this black glazed terracotta, enchantment tables, bookshelves, barrels, you get the whole drift. So just make sure you've got some of these materials before we get started, and let's go start the build. Okay, let's start building this thing block by block. And the first thing a survival base needs is the wall surrounding it. So first off, this is going to be a 25 by 25 space right here. So make sure you have a big enough area to make this. And then, like I said, we're going to start making the wall. And what we're going to want to do is get out our cut sandstone and our smooth sandstone stairs. Those are the two main blocks on this. So on the corner, we're first going to start off by building this up 3 blocks high, and then placing our polished blackstone slab on top. And from there, what we're going to want to do is we just place a sandstone stair and then an upside down sandstone stair. And we're going to do that another 3 times. So that's 2, 3, and 4. So that's going to be 4 total blocks over. And then we're going to build this up 3 again and place another polished blackstone slab. And you see how these stairs give you like this cool little window effect? So no mobs can get in, which is why it's great for survival. And it gives you a nice view outside. And I just think it looks cool. So we're going to do that one more time, and we're going to be building this out 4 blocks like before, just stair and upside down stair right next to each other. So that's 3, and that's 4. And then this is where the main entrance is going to be, but for now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build this up 3 blocks, and then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th block over, that's where we're going to build this up 3 again. And we're going to continue back on our trend of building 4 blocks of sandstone stairs. And once you do that, you do the next set of 3 blocks up with the polished blackstone slab. Then you go 4 over again. And so now from here, we're going to be using these acacia trapdoors, and we're just going to be placing them on top. But what you're going to want to do is place it from the inside so it goes on the outside. Now that we've done that, we're just going to work on the entrance a little bit. So what you're going to do is just place an upside down stair right on the inside of these blocks on the 3rd block up. And then what you're going to want to do is just connect them across the top and then build this up 1. So you get a nice little entrance here. And what you're going to want to do is place these spruce fence gates in front. And then the other thing to get a little bit extra lighting on the outside is on these pillars in between the windows is you're going to be placing a spruce fence, and then you're going to place the lantern on top. And so this is going to be the exact same design around the entire thing. So I'm just going to do a quick time lapse of me building the other 3 walls. Alright, so now that we completed the walls on the outside, this is starting to come along pretty nicely. What we're going to want to do is start adding in the pathway around the upper level of this. So first off, we're going to need to break out these blocks underneath the fence gate. And then we just place our black concrete blocks underneath. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap 2 blocks around this entire thing. So what we're going to want to do is just break 1, 2, and do this around the entire base. So now next thing we're going to do is right in the pathway to enter the place on each side, we're going to be adding these 3 rows where the gates are. We're going to be doing 2 blocks deeper in here. So you just go 2 blocks out and keep it 3 wide, and you're going to do that on each of the 4 entrances. And then from here, what we're going to want to do is we're going to start digging down. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna make 2 rows of these cut sandstone stairs. So you're gonna dig down 1 more layer here, and we're gonna do that on each side. And then on the interior of this, we're gonna make everything match this level. So let's just go put the stairs on each side and then dig out from there. So now that we dug out the entire interior of this section, what we're gonna wanna do is make the outside 2 blocks, like just up top, black concrete again. So we're just gonna dig the outside 2 layers all the way around. And so now that we got this done, what we're gonna wanna do is break the next set of blocks 1 layer in, and we're going to be placing just these cut sandstone stairs all the way around. And once we do that, we're just gonna be placing a bucket of water around the entire thing. And then from there, we're just gonna be planting carrots in the center of this. That way you have a food source inside of your survival base. That way you have everything you need on the inside without having to go outside. So now that we've done this, we're gonna work on the pathway up top first by making a couple planters around the entire pathway. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna be placing cut sandstone slabs all the way around, just going along the perimeter of the build, or perimeter of the path / dirt hanging over the lower section. And once you fill this in all the way around with the slabs, all you're gonna do is be placing in these oak leaves all the way around. And we're gonna end up doing this on all 4 corners. So we're gonna repeat this process on the other 3 openings over here. So now that we've finished doing the pathway up top right now, what we're gonna wanna do is start working on these walls down here, making rooms and areas for storage. And what we're gonna wanna first do is just be getting rid of these dirt blocks right next to the staircase and fill it in with the black concrete. That way it gives it a much cleaner look. So as you can see on the staircase now, it looks a lot nicer when you're walking down on the side rather than having the dirt here. So we're gonna do that on all 4 sides first. We're gonna work on our first corner, which is gonna be more focused on cooking things. So what I'm gonna be doing is breaking out these dirt blocks here and starting to place our items. So first we're gonna have 2 furnaces stacked on top of each other. Then we're gonna be throwing in 2 smokers and then 2 blast furnaces. This way you have everything you need here. If you need to make food or you need to melt ore, whatever you need to do, this corner is gonna be it for you. Now we're gonna be moving on to this corner right to the left of this one. And what we're gonna be doing is breaking out all of this dirt to begin with. We're gonna be actually making a room in here. So this time it's not just gonna be a surface level thing. We're gonna be breaking our way in there. But first, I'm going to be having 2 decorative layers here on the outside. So let's just break these 4 dirt blocks on each corner. And then we're gonna be adding a little bit of storage with these barrels on the edges. And then we're gonna be adding in a book and quill with a lectern on these 2. Because this is gonna be our enchantment room in here. So what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna be having to replace all of these blocks here with some black concrete, but we gotta dig in a few blocks first. What we're gonna actually be doing is digging out to the layer where the bushes stop, and then from here we're gonna break these 2 layers where you'll actually be able to see the pathway blocks up right here. And we're gonna be placing in our bookshelves right there so we can actually get to a 30 enchantment level. So it's gonna be real easy. We're just gonna be placing these bookshelves 2 high all the way around. What we're gonna do here is be adding in 2 books here. And right here, we're actually not gonna be placing books because this is gonna be a staircase down to a room that will take us to our nether portal. So this is all gonna be covered up here. Let's just replace the floor and get the enchantment table real quick. And in the back corner, we're gonna add in glowstone to give it a little bit more light in here so no mobs spawn. And just to check, here you go, we get a level 30 enchantment right here. So now what we're gonna wanna do to get down to our nether portal level is dig down 5 layers, which means we're gonna be placing 5 cut sandstone stairs here. So we'll count 1, 2, 3, and then we gotta dig out a little bit more. And this will be number 4, and then that is level 5. And then obviously we just gotta dig out the roof a little bit so we can walk down easily. And then from there, what you're gonna wanna do is actually be making every single wall this black concrete, and then we're gonna be making little pockets for lanterns. But first, let's just fill in the entire wall with black concrete. So then what we're gonna do to create light is be just punching out a pocket in the wall. So I'm gonna go down we'll go down 3 stairs, and we're gonna punch it out at eye level when you're on the stair. And then what we're gonna do is place a cut sandstone block and then place a lantern right there. And we'll place another one on the opposite side. So that first one was on the left side, and then we're gonna go all the way to the second to last stair and punch out another section. Put the cut sandstone and put the lantern. That way you got light going down to the nether portal. Once we go down here, what we're gonna wanna do is actually build up the wall on the side right here, 1 block out from the stairs. And then we're gonna want to be making a 6 wide room. So what we're gonna wanna do is break out 3 blocks to the right. So 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna break out 2 blocks to the left. So 1, 2, and we got the 6 wide room. And then what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna be breaking this out 6 blocks backwards. So this is the first block that I'm standing on. So you're gonna go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So apparently there's a cave here, so that makes it a little bit more challenging for us. But what we're gonna do is just start off by digging this all out to make the entire room the size it's supposed to be, and then we'll dig up the ceiling right after we do this. And then all we gotta do here is dig up 1 block to make it 3 blocks high. So for the whole number here, we got 6 wide, 3 high, and we got 6 deep. So 6 by 6 with a 3 high ceiling. So now that we made this 3 high, all we're gonna be doing is breaking out these edge blocks to make our walls, and our walls are gonna be fully black concrete. And then from here, the next thing we're gonna do is be adding in the little lantern light sources again, so you remember how it goes. You break 1 block in the middle layer at eye level, put the cut sandstone behind it, then place the lantern. And we're gonna do that on each side of the staircase, so you get light illuminating from the start. And on this one, you're gonna also have to make this black concrete on the side. And then we're gonna throw 1 light source over here on this side, and we're just gonna throw it smack in the middle of the wall right here. And then right on the ground, before we make the nether portal and all that stuff, what we're gonna wanna do is be adding in a little bit of this black glazed terracotta, so we get a little pattern in the ground so it's not all one-dimensional here, and we get a little bit of a pattern to spruce it up a bit. And what we're gonna wanna do is just keep on rotating, that way the pattern actually lines up. You just gotta keep on spinning in a circle, you know, to get this circle on the ground. So it all makes sense, and then the rest of the floor is going to be the black concrete once again. But now we got a little color into this place, and it's only gonna get better from here. So now that we're here, we obviously still have to do the ceiling, but first I'm actually gonna make the nether portal. And what we're gonna wanna do is dig this out, and we're gonna have to dig into the floor one to start placing the blocks here. And it's gotta be 4 wide, and then we're gonna break out all of this stuff in the middle. And then when we're building it up, we're also gonna have to break into the ceiling here to get this to work. And then we're just going to build it up. And then in the back here, to give it even a little bit more flair and more lighting, is we're gonna place glowstone right behind it. And you're gonna see that this actually looks pretty nice once you get the portal going. You see, it gives it a little bit more pop. And then to add a little bit even more detail, we're gonna be adding in a couple more lanterns back here. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. And once we do this, we are going to work on the ceiling. And you might have noticed I have some crying obsidian, and that's gonna go into effect on the ceiling. That way we get a little bit more of an ambiance down here. And what we're gonna do is basically make the entire ceiling black concrete and then randomly place about 6 or 7 crying obsidian. That way we get the particle effect coming from the ceiling. And it's gonna just really give this whole area a little bit more of an ambiance. And so now we're just gonna randomly place this stuff. We're gonna throw one right in front of the portal, and then let's just get it all around the room. And then next what we're gonna wanna do is, obviously if we have a nether portal right there, we're gonna want to be making a brewing area, which I'm actually gonna make this go over one more block, and wow, that nether portal's loud. So now what we're gonna do is just be placing, whoa, and now it will actually place where we want them to. So now we got the brewing stand over here. And next thing we're gonna wanna do is actually get an armor stand with whatever your best armor is here. So whenever you're gonna enter the nether portal, you've got your best armor set ready to go. So now when we enter this room, I feel like we got the perfect ambiance for a room leading to the nether. It's dark and dreary, you know, right before Charles Nether. You got your armor set so you can go there. You got your brewing stand, so when you come back with your blaze powder and all the stuff you need, you can start brewing some potions. And I think this is just a perfect room to enter the nether. But let's go back up top, past the enchanting room, and work on these next 2 areas right over here. So first one we're gonna work on next is gonna be this one right over to the left of where the enchantment and nether portal room is. And we're gonna start off by just breaking out all of this dirt once again. And this is gonna be where we're making the bedroom. But first what we're gonna do is just be switching out these blocks to black concrete, and we're going to be placing a loom here, so if you ever want to make banners as decorations as well, it can help you out. We're going to place a lantern right on top of that to give some light illuminating from here, and we're going to also have to be making this black concrete behind these blocks. And we're going to do another lectern with a book and quill, and we're going to do the same thing over on this side, but we're going to be using a cartography table and placing a lantern above that as well. And we cannot forget to change out these blocks to black concrete, making the whole thing look clean. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just dig back in here a few blocks. So right here, we're actually gonna leave this up like here, so it's a much narrower entrance. And then we're gonna dig back to where the bushes are on top, just to match it up. And then from there, what we're gonna do is break out an extra block so you can see the pathway again. And then from there, we're just going to be closing off all these walls using the black concrete. And then what we're going to want to do is actually make the floor with this light gray carpet. But first we got to place our bed over in the back corner right here. And we're gonna place 2 barrels down. And we're gonna place a lantern on this one. And we're gonna put a pot over here on this one. I just don't have it on me right now, so we'll get that fixed in a minute. So, all right, real quick, let's just put this, oops. That's not what I was trying to do. Put this pot right on top of that. And now we're actually gonna be making a TV back here. So what I wanna do is break out these 2 layers. And we're gonna be placing a redstone lamp here and then placing the lever behind. And what we're going to want to do is actually just turn these levers on right away. So once we place the redstone lamps, they're lit up. And this is going to act as sort of a TV right here. And the redstone lamp just make it look a little bit more like a TV. And now from there, what we're going to want to do is make another armor stand, because you know it's your room, you got to have your outfit right here. So we're going to place some more armor here, and then you got a nice basic bedroom that you can now sleep in, and your survival base is almost complete. But what we're going to need to do is make a little storage area over here, which you could always expand to make it go underground. But for me right now, all I'm going to be doing is getting an ender chest over here and just a bunch of normal chests. So we're gonna have the ender chest hidden away in the back with a lantern right above it. And then we just got the chest here. So Now we have a bunch of storage over here. We've got a place to cook your food / melt your stuff. We've got a little farm right here. We've got our enchantment table over here, plus our nether portal underneath. And then we got our bedroom over here. So now within these 4 walls that we just made, that mobs can't get through other than I guess a spider, but you know, we gotta live with what we can do. And you're basically gonna have everything you need in here and can be protected from all the mobs outside. And it looks great. I think overall it's a very effective base for survival, and it's gonna be perfect for what you need. It looks good and has everything you need inside it. So I think that's a really nice base. Let me know if you guys want to see any other type of builds, whether it's a modern house, a log cabin, more survival bases like this. Just let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're watching this far, please make sure to subscribe and like. It really helps us out. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.